Hey guys, it's me, JC today, back for another video, and we're going to be looking at prediction for Saturdays and Sundays fixtures tomorrow, Premier League kickoff. So yeah, let's start. So our first game, 12:30 tomorrow. Wolves will be taking on Tottenham Hotspur, and yeah, it's going to be a good game. And we know what happened to Spurs; they lost against Chelsea 4-1 and down to 9 men, fortunately, because they didn't read it. That first half they were better. They scored the first half against Chelsea, and they played really well, but they did lose against Chelsea at the end. So yeah, 4-1 defeat. It was they were a bit poor. They didn't try their best, but against Wolves. It's going to be a really tricky game because they don't have James Madison, Nicky Van Verdan, and Ramiro and Doki, yeah, two players been sent off, got two red cards against Chelsea as well, so they got a free suspension. So it's gonna be a really tough one, but against Wolves it's gonna be really tricky. So for that game, I think I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win Spurs because they might win it, but it could be a Wolves win either way. But for my prediction for that game, I'm going to go for 2-1 Spurs. So, yeah. So, anyways, we move on to the next one. Arsenal will be taking on Burnley, and to be honest, it's going to be, you know what, Arsenal in the Champions League, they've done brilliant so far in the Champions League fixtures. Got a 2-0 win against Seville at the Emirates in the Champions League. So yeah, Arsenal will be playing really well. But Burnley haven't been playing really the best lately. They have been getting one result by they only beat Luton a couple months ago, but I don't see them winning against Arsenal at the Emirates. So for that game, I'm gonna go for a 4-0 win Arsenal. I think they should beat Burnley easily, and yeah, because Burnley don't really stand a chance. So yeah, so 4-1, 4-0 win Arsenal, and yeah, so that's how Arsenal might win. They're gonna win this game. So yeah. So anyways, we'll move on. Man United will be taking on Luton at Old Trafford. Yeah, Man United in the Champions League, they have at first in the first half they've been playing brilliant in the first half against Copenhagen in the Champions League, and all of a sudden they bottled against Copenhagen, and yeah, it wasn't looking good for United, and they bottled it to be honest. And United haven't been playing really well lately. So is Luton as well. They haven't really played really the best. So for that game, I can see Man United winning this, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 win Man United. So United lost against Copenhagen. They need to get something out of this result. And Rashford's been sent off as well, red card. So he's going to have a suspension, probably miss this game against Luton this weekend. So yeah, unfortunately, Man United needs to get a win. If they don't, the manager's going to be more under pressure. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 win Man United. So yeah. So, anyways, we move on. Crystal Palace will be taking on Everton, and Everton have been playing brilliant. They beat Burnley in the Carabao Cup, and they did really well in their last results so far against Brighton. So yeah, Everton have been playing really well, getting some good results. Crystal Palace, they've been playing alright so far. I think they did lose like 4-0 Newcastle. They did get some couple results, but I think it's at Crystal Palace ground. So yeah, for that game, I'm gonna go for a 2-2 draw. I think they'll score. I think there's gonna be some goals in it, but I think it's gonna be a 2-2 draw because Everton, they played excellent in the season so far. They played really good, getting some results, and yeah, so they've been playing really well. So it's Crystal Palace. So I'm gonna go for a 2-2 draw. So yeah. So anyways, the last not least, this Saturday at 4:30, Bournemouth will be taking on Newcastle, and yeah, Bournemouth haven't been playing really well. lately. They did get their first win so far against Burnley. Newcastle, on the other hand, they lost to the Champions League against Borussia Dortmund twice. So they did beat Arsenal in a couple last week in a weekend, 1-0. Um, Newcastle, St James Park. But now it's against Bournemouth. So I think Newcastle should bounce back and get a result. So for that game, I'm gonna go for a 3-1 win Newcastle. I think they can win this and get the job done. And yeah, so 3-1 win Newcastle. And yeah, so anyways, we move on to the Sunday. Aston Villa will be taking on Fulham. And yeah, let's be honest, Aston Villa have been playing well in the Conference League. They just won 2-1 so far against a team that I haven't really know what it is, but yeah, they won 2-1 so far, and Aston Villa has been playing really well. They're on fire in the season so far. They did lose against Nottingham Forest 2-0, unfortunate, but it's at Villa Park, so I think Aston Villa will bounce back and get a result. Against Fulham, it's going to be really tricky because they did lose against Man United, and they were about to win that game, but unfortunately they lost in the last minute stoppage time. So against Aston Villa at Villa Park, I don't see Fulham winning this game, but I see them putting a good fight. So for my prediction for that game, I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Aston Villa because it's gonna be a really tight game, but it's gonna be a 2-1 Aston Villa. So yeah. So anyways, we move on. Brighton be taking on Sheffield United, and Sheffield United have been struggling to get some points. They did get a point against Wolves in the first game of the season so far. So yeah, they just beat Wolves 2-1. But yeah, it was a really a good point for Sheffield United. I think they tried their hardest to get a point, worked hard. But yeah, they've been getting a point so far against Brighton. Brighton has been excellent, beating Ajax 2-0 back to back, beating them twice. Wow. I think Brighton's been cooking so far in the season, and it's going to be a tough for Sheffield United. I don't see them winning so far in this Sunday's coming. So I'm going to go for a 3-0 win Brighton. So I think Brighton should win this game. So yeah, so anyways, we'll move on. West Ham will be taking on Nottingham Forest. And I watched the game at West Ham versus Olympiacos. At first, West Ham were playing a bit slow, but then in the second half, they're picking up the pace. They're playing really good. They were excellent in the Europa League against Olympiacos at London Stadium. They just won 1-0, and Paqueta scored a goal for the West Ham. And yeah, West Ham been playing really well. They did lose against Brentford last weekend, unfortunately, 3-2. But I think it's at London Stadium, so West Ham will bounce back against Nottingham Forest. And for that game, Nottingham Forest did win against Aston Villa, so it's going to be a tough game for both teams. But for me, I'm going to go for a three. I'm going to go for a 2-0 win West Ham. I think they can win this. So yeah, it's at home, and I think West Ham should be confident, get the job done. And yeah, so anyways, we'll move on. Liverpool will be taking on Brentford, and yeah, Liverpool did lose in the Europa League 3-2, and yeah, that was a shock. Liverpool actually lost. I thought they'll win. I thought they'll win at first, but yeah, but against Brentford, it's a tricky game. Brentford did beat West Ham 3-2, but it's going to be a really tight game. So for my prediction for that game, I'm going to go for a 2-1 win Liverpool. I think Liverpool will bounce back slightly by an inch, but Brentford's going to be a tough and a tricky game to deal with. So yeah, but last not least, the big game of the week this Sunday, Chelsea will be taking on Man City. And boy, to be honest, we have been in a row of winning. We won our Champions League. We've been unbeaten so far in the Champions League, and we even beat Bournemouth 6-1 so far in the season. So we're top of the league so far by One behind us is Tottenham Hotspur by 1 point. So we've been top of the league and we've been playing excellent, you know. And I've been really impressed with their performance so far. But against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, it's gonna be it's gonna be difficult, but a little bit tough because they did beat Spurs 4-1. But I think the weakness of Chelsea is that they miss their big chances, and yeah, that's their weakness. Misses their big chances. So I'm confident for this game, and I think for my prediction, I said I'm gonna go for a 3-1 Man City, and I'm confident that we should get the job done before the international break. Beat Chelsea, get 3 points. So, anyways, guys, that's for the prediction for today for the fixtures for the Premier League Saturday and Sunday. Let me know what your thoughts on that as well. What are your predictions for those games? So, comment down below and let me know what your thoughts. And yeah, that's it for the video. And I'm off, guys. And I will see you in the international break for the England game. Make sure you check that out because I'll be uploading and make a video on that as well. And anyways, guys, have a great day and enjoy your night. Have a good one, guys. See you later. Peace.